Hello everyone, I'm back. This is Anyam Nurse, and for those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a Filipino nurse. I'm currently living and working here in Switzerland. I used to live in Germany for almost 8 years, and this channel is all about good vibes, my adventure working here as a nurse, and my life here in Switzerland. So my topic for today is living and working in one of the most beautiful countries in the world. What is reality looks like? Well, a lot of people are saying that if you live in Switzerland, that you are lucky. If you are working here, that you are earning a lot of money. It's all money, money, money. Yes, yeah. A lot of people, if they heard that I already here, a lot of them are saying, oh, you're so lucky, you're there, or you get there, what this life looks like there. Okay, so now I am sharing to you the cons and pros of living here, not just as a Filipino nurse, but in general, as an expat, as an immigrant, or as a foreigner living here in Switzerland. So this is actually only my personal experience, yes, and to those of my fellow Filipinos or fellow expats that already living here in Switzerland, please comment down below if may mga nakalimutan pa ako. Well, let's start with the cons. So, high cost of living. I always say that from the start. Sobrang taas talaga ng cost of living here in Switzerland, especially apartment hunting. So, apartment renting, it's actually costs a lot here. Eating outside in the restaurant, for example, if you ordered one whole pizza, for example, the normal price is around 20 francs. It's cost about around 20 euros, yeah. And for one menu, it's sometimes more than 20 francs. So drinks, for example, coffee, for example, it costs you around 5 to 8 francs. So it's quite, yeah, it's quite pricey. Yeah, if you're always keen to go outside, eating outside, not cooking on your own, so it costs a lot of money. So that's one of my cons here. Another one is it's actually hard to make friends with the locals. I mean, with Swiss locals. Well, it is possible. I'm not saying that it's impossible to be friends with them, but it's actually a little bit hard because they have their own community, and maybe because of the language barrier as well, because they're speaking a Swiss German, and I feel that they are really a private person and reserved. It takes time to be you know what, to be warm up or to be really good friends with them. So I think it took years, yeah, to gain their trust, to gain, you know, the connection that you want. So that is one of the cons, because in other countries like Germany, I think it's easier to be friends with locals, and in the Philippines, of course, yeah, alam naman yan ng mga Filipino nurses natin, even though new ka sa community or bago ka doon, it's not as hard. So here, I feel that it's a little bit harder to be near or to be really friends with them, but it's not impossible. Of course, you can also have good friends here with some expats as well, some foreigners. Yeah, you can have a good connection, but because here life is really fast, everyone is working, everyone doesn't have time. If they have, yeah, time, they spend it to themselves or to their families. So it's not really that they make really an effort to be with you. So I think that's one of the cons. And long working hours, yes, it's one of the cons as well living here, because I work 9 hours, for example, a day. It's not that bad. Well, in compared to other countries, and compared to Germany, it's only working 7 hours or maximum 8 hours there a day. And here, because you have 42 hours per week, so you work 9 hours a day. So one of the cons. Also, if you ordered, for example, online, or you ordered something that is outside Switzerland, you have to be careful because you have to pay the custom tax. So, nangyari to sa akin. I didn't really think about it. I forgot about it. And I just ordered a light online. And I didn't know, I didn't check the online, the online store. You really have to check it. The online store. And it's from the Singapore, the online store. So, I ordered there 2 lamps, and it cost, I think one is 100 francs, the big one 120 francs, something like that, and then the small one is around 80 francs. So I ordered it, and then I received an email, and then a message that in order for me to receive my order, I need to pay the custom tax. And guys, the custom tax, it doesn't not like 2 euros or 5 euros. It cost me per package 20, I think 22 francs. And the other one is, I think, kasi mas maliit, is 18 francs. So I paid more than 30 francs, another 30 francs for the custom tax, because I ordered outside. And if you ordered outside Switzerland for more than 65, I think 65 francs if I'm not wrong, you have to pay the custom tax. So you have to be very careful ordering online. Yeah, especially if it's outside Switzerland. Also, if it's in EU, if it's more than 60 francs, you have to pay the custom tax. So I learned from it. So now every time I want to order online, I have to check every time if it's the custom tax included, or if it's outside Switzerland, that I don't need to order more than 60 francs, or else I'm gonna pay the tax. So you have to note it. And also, one of the cons is Switzerland is not yet open for non-EU citizens, non-European citizens, worker or skilled workers, unless your employer will support you and will provide all the information that they needed you for the job, or else you don't have the chance working here. For example, if you're a Filipino, you're still in the Philippines, and you want to apply here as a nurse or as an engineer, it's hard because they have their labor market, and the labor market is very strict. They want Swiss citizen or Swiss national first, and then the EU nationals, and then the next one is the non-EU. So it's really hard to get a job here if you're non-EU. But you have the chance if you are married to a Swiss nationals and you're already here and you have the permit L or permit B, you are allowed to work here even though you're still non-EU, or your passport is non-European, if you're American, or if you're Indian, or you're from South American, or from the Filipino. If you're married to a Swiss national, you've got the automatic permit, I think B, and you're allowed to work here. And also, if you are married to the EU, European nationals, and the European nationals have a permit here, they can also give you a permit and also allow you to work here. But if you're from the country of non-European citizen, non-European nationals, if you're from America, Canada, Philippines, yeah, India, and you want to directly apply here, it's quite hard. You have to prove that you're the only one for that position, and your employer have to support it. Yeah, that's one of the cons as well. And of course, another one cons is the language barrier. Yeah, because Switzerland, they have three main languages: the French, Italian, German. Well, German is actually more of a Swiss German. So it's sometimes, yeah, if you're on the train or if you're anywhere outside, if you're asking someone else and they're speaking French or they don't understand German, or they speak Italian and they don't understand French, so medyo magulo. Yeah, but the system here is actually good about the languages. For example, on the trains, they always say the instruction in three languages. I think four languages, also the English one. So you're not gonna mess up. So yung mga signage as well, sometimes they have it on a French language. So they used to it, yeah. But if you're new here, expats, or you're an immigrant, sometimes you just get confused because, yeah, three languages, one small country but three languages, yeah. So but the most part here in Switzerland, they speak German, and yeah, the Swiss German is actually their dialect, I mean their own language. Yes, that's it for the cons. And now I'm going to the pros, yeah, which all the positive things I experience and see living here and working here. The first one is, yeah, even though the cost of living is high here in Switzerland, the minimum salary is actually high as well. So it costs around 20 to 25 francs. I think 25 francs is per hour is the minimum salary. So even though the cost of living is higher here, you still afford your basic necessary, so basic needs. You can still afford your apartment, your groceries for that month, the insurance. You can still afford this because the minimum wage is high. Yeah. Yeah, I actually choose to move here because of the beautiful surroundings. Yeah, the mountains, the sceneries, the backdrop, the parks, greens, lakes. Yeah, that's one of the reason as well. And everybody's um, saying Switzerland is a paradise. Yeah, because it is naman talaga. The standard of the nature here, the beauty of the nature here is actually incomparable. Well, every country is beautiful. I've seen a lot of beautiful countries. Philippines is also one of the most beautiful countries, not just because I came from that land, but also I saw many beautiful islands, untouched islands there, and I can say that it's also one of the beautiful. And Switzerland, it has different landscape, the touch of it, the mountains, the Alps. It's actually incomparable if you see it, and if you personally see it, it's actually mind-blowing. Yeah, so one of the pros talaga. And nagpupunta talaga lahat here, a lot of tourists from every country just to see the beauty here. Kasi para talagang real painting. Para talagang your parang in-imagine mo that's the heaven looks like. Parang ganon, yes. And because of that, the public transportation as well. So it's not that hard to go to that mountain because it's the public transportation is accessible. So if you want to go to Zermatt, if you want to go to Matterhorn, if you want to go to the top of Europe mountain, you just need money. Yes, and it's affordable. It's not affordable, it's accessible. You just go there with trains and cable cars, you'll see it yourself. Yeah, you don't need to hike 2,000-meter high just to be with that or to see there. Yeah, so that's one of the advantages here as well, one of the pros. Yeah, I think incomparable din siya in any other countries. Well, in Germany, the public transportation is also good. But here in Switzerland, it's parang above standard yung ano nila, public transportation. It's one of the best, yeah. And also, since the Switzerland is in the middle of the Europe, they call it the heart of Europe. Yes, it nears the different countries, the borders. So you're near to Italy, you're near to Germany, near to Austria, France. Yes, for example, I live here in Lucerne. So if I want to go to Italy, if I want to go to Milan, I just take the train. It took me around 3 hours. Yes, if I want to go to Germany, to Munich, it took me around 4 to 5 hours. So very accessible then. And malapit ka dun sa mga border. So if you have free time, if you want to go to another countries, accessible siya. So I think that's one of the pros as well. And also, even though the Switzerland is not a European country, it is a European country, but it is not in EU. It's not part of the European Union. They are open to the European nationals, which is really good. And they're really friends with the European Union and Schengen area. So Switzerland is part of the Schengen, but not in a European Union. That's why the money here is still francs. So many is asking why is it not euro, the currency here. So it's francs. Yes. Even though they're not part of the European Union, they're open to European nationals. So a lot of European nationals are actually allowed to work here and live here. Yes, they'll be given a permit to stay here, so it's not that difficult. And some of the European as well, they live in the border and then they work here. For example, I have some colleagues, they live in Germany and then they work here in Switzerland, and they just ride going back and forth from work to home. So they still have the lower cost of living in Germany and they get the higher salary here in Switzerland. It's not that bad as well. But you have to pay tax, two taxes, yeah, for taxes here and taxes in Germany. But that is really a pros because, for example, you have your family in France and you want to work in Switzerland in the border of the France, you can work there. It's not that difficult. You're allowed as well. So that's one of the pros. And it is really a safe country and a safe currency. So the francs now is actually around 60 plus, which is really a good one, very strong currency. And Switzerland is a safe place, is a safe country. They don't support war. They never been into what you call that, into a war community and everything. Switzerland is a neutral country, so that's one of the pros as well, because if you want to live here until you're old and you want to have children here, so it's gonna be a safe place for your family. And also I find people here are polite. Yes, They are the customer service are also excellent. They give time for you, for your questions, and then they really help you. And people are actually not that snob, yeah, even though they are private and reserved, they are really polite. And the quality of food products, I also see it as a positive, as a pros, because here in Switzerland, if you see, you know, the ingredients, for example, of one food products, um, it's actually not really bad. So there are some uh, products, or what you call that, some syrup that you're not allowed to use here in Switzerland. So they're really into the quality of food products, not just like in America. I think they have a lot of, you know, if you see the ingredients is just like that. Yeah, and in Switzerland, you see the ingredients just like so, like this. Yeah, so it means there's not a lot of chemicals that put in your food. Yes, and they don't allow too much chemicals on that food. Also for the agriculture and farming here, yes, there are some pesticides that are not really allowed, that are banned. So it's one of the pros, yeah, for the quality of life, for the health of every citizen here. This is really a good one, that they really control what's in that food that that you're putting in your body. And also the good pension and higher pension rate, yeah. Well, I didn't experience it, I'm not a pensioner, but I heard from someone else that the pension here is really good. So if you're want to stay here until the days gone by, yeah, you're gonna have your good pension and your family as well. So yeah, that's it. That's the cons and pros. That is only on my personal experience, personal opinion. Of course, there's still a lot more advantages and disadvantages living here. So me, I'm just grateful that I am here, that I'm able to experience this country, the culture, the people, the beauty, the nature, the surroundings, and working here. I'm so grateful and thankful that I have the opportunity to live here. Not everyone else get that. So super thankful talaga that I am here. And life here is not easy. You need to really work hard, because everything costs money. Yes, that's why you just have to work hard and to work smart, of course. And there are times that, of course, your life is just work and house. There are times that you have your free time and exploring the beauty of Switzerland. There are times that you are lonely, that you miss home and you miss your families and friends. But aside from that, I am grateful and I am thankful for experience all of this. And yes, for all of you that are planning to move here in Switzerland, that's the pros and cons that I already shared to you. I hope I gave you the information that you need. And yes, thank you again for watching, guys. And I already have more than 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much for you. I can't imagine it. I just started this channel a month ago, and yeah, I gained that 1,000 subscribers already. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I hope you continue to support my channel, and promise I'll make more time for more videos, more interesting content, not just for Filipino nurses, but also for all the expats living here in Switzerland, and also to some of you who are interested what is life looks like here. And yes, thank you so much, and I see you again for my next video. Bye.